Hello everybody, this is Dr. Radhika and today I welcome you all to yet another very interesting topic, that is type 1 hypersensitivity. So without any further delay, let's begin our lecture. So let's first understand hypersensitivity. Whenever a foreign antigen enters our body, suppose this is an antigen and it enters our body immune cell induced a localized inflammatory response to eliminate antigen without damaging the host tissue. So our body immune cells such as B cell, T cell, eosinophils, neutrophils, macrophages and many other type of cell, they produce a inflammatory response so as to eliminate antigen but without damaging the host tissue. But sometimes there is inappropriate or exaggerated immune response against weak antigen, resulting in significant tissue damage or even death. पर समटाइम्स कभी कभी क्या हो रहा है कि जो बॉडी में एंटर होने वाला एंटीजन है इट इज़ कंपैरेटिवली वीक का मतलब है इट इज़ हार्मलेस, इट डज नॉट प्रोड्यूस इल इफेक्ट्स इन द बॉडी. Even then our immune cell produce such effects that result in significant tissue damage or even death of the individual. This phenomena is termed as hypersensitivity or allergy. Hypersensitivity is further of 4 types: type 1, type 2, type 3 and type 4. In this video, I will be discussing only type 1 hypersensitivity. Now coming to type 1 hypersensitivity, type 1 hypersensitivity is also called as Ig mediated hypersensitivity. Ig mediated because IgE are the most abundant and important antibodies in case of this hypersensitivity or allergy. Most of the allergies are type 1 hypersensitivity induced by certain antigens called as allergens. Allergens are mostly proteins and do not produce allergy in most of the individuals. Normal individual produce either IgM or IgG antibodies to eliminate weak antigens from our body. तो जब भी weak antigen body में enter होते हैं तो normally individuals क्या करते हैं, produce IgM or IgG antibodies so as to eliminate those antigens from our body. But about 20% of individual produce high levels of IgE responses and show the symptoms of allergy. Such individuals have abnormality called as atopy, a hereditary predisposition to develop immediate hypersensitivity against common environmental एंटीजन्स. लेकिन कुछ एक लगभग 20% जो लोग हैं उनमें क्या है कि ड्यूरिंग द एंट्री ऑफ अलर्जन देयर विल बी हाई लेवल्स ऑफ IgE एंटीबॉडीज़ एंड सच इंडिविजुअल्स, इनमें क्यों हो रहा है ऐसा, बिकॉज दे आर जेनेटिकली ससेप्टेबल एंड सच टाइप ऑफ hypersensitivity or allergy tend to run in families. In such individual जो helper T cells हैं, they are more sensitive and release certain cytokines such as interleukin 4, which induces B cell to undergo class switching to secrete IgE antibodies against antigen. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, in such individuals IgE प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है इंस्टेड ऑफ IgM और IgG. अब एलर्जी जो है क्यों प्रोड्यूस हो रही है, बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रेजेंस ऑफ एलर्जन. जैसे ये एलर्जन म्यूकस मेम्ब्रेन के नज़दीक आएगा, वेदर ऑफ GI ट्रैक और वेदर ऑफ रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक, तो एलर्जी प्रोड्यूस होगी. मैकेनिज्म हम लेटर ऑन डिस्कस करेंगे. तो जैसे ही एलर्जन जो है नज़दीक आता है, either by the process of inhalation, ingestion or allergy can be there by coming in contact with the skin. So these are the potential allergens such as plant pollens, dust mites, animal dander, mold spores, food such as eggs. Eggs are also known to produce allergy in certain individuals because जो egg albumin है, that is also a potential allergen in certain individuals. Nuts जैसे peanuts हैं, peas, milk, seafood, and many other foods. Certain drugs such as penicillin and local anesthetics and medication are also known to produce the allergy. Venom such as bee sting or insect bite, vaccines, क्रीम, लोशंस एंड लेक्सेटिव, जो मैंने आपको बोला कि कॉन्टैक्ट विद स्किन, तो जैसे स्किन के कॉन्टैक्ट में आएगा कोई एलर्जन, दैट ऑल्सो इंड्यूस द हाइपर सेंसिटिविटी रिएक्शंस. फर्दर जो एलर्जी या हाइपर सेंसिटिविटी है, इट इज़ फर्दर ऑफ टू टाइप्स. लोकलाइज्ड हाइपर सेंसिटिविटी, इफ़ the allergy or hypersensitivity is localized to a particular organ, for example asthma. तो अस्थमा के केस में the site of action is respiratory tract. Another one is allergic rhinitis and atopic dermatitis. In systemic hypersensitivity, if entire body is involved, it is called as systemic hypersensitivity. For example, anaphylatoxin or anaphylaxis, which is life threatening or fatal as it leads to airway obstruction and circulatory collapse. तो दोनों ही कंडीशंस में अगर एयरवे ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन हो जाएगा तो सांस लेने में भी ट्रबल हो जाएगी, एंड देयर विल ऑल्सो मेजर कंडीशन दैट सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम विल कोलैप्स एंड लीडिंग टू डेथ ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल. Now let's discuss few of the important cells in hypersensitivity. First important cell is naive or helper T cell. Naive or helper T cells जो है, it is the one of the very important cell in type 1 hypersensitivity. On activation by a antigen, जैसे मैंने आपको पहले बताया था एंटीजन प्रोसेसिंग एंड प्रेजेंटेशन में कि कैसे एंटीजन प्रोसेस हो रहा है और प्रेजेंट हो रहा है ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ एंटीजन प्रेजेंटिंग सेल. It activates the naive or helper. Naive means it is inactive into activated helper T cell. Further, activated helper T cell differentiate into many type of cells, but on activation by allergen, it always differentiate into Th2 cell, which is the effector cell in the type 1 hypersensitivity. Next important cell is the B cell. अब B cell क्या है? जो Th2 cell है, it releases certain cytokines such as interleukin 4, and in presence of interleukin 4 जो B cells हैं, they release antibodies such as IgE, which is responsible for production of hypersensitivity reactions. This is the structure of IgE. जो IgE है, it comprises of heavy chain, light chain, and this is the Fab portion where antigen binds. यहाँ पे antigen bind करता है. This is the important portion which is the Fc portion. By this portion, antibody binds to either mast cell or basophil. For example, in case of mast cell has certain receptor called as Fc epsilon receptor on its surface. So by the helper of this receptor, Fc portion of antibody binds to the mast cell. So let's see in next cell as well. This is the most important cell in type 1 hypersensitivity. It is the mast cell. Mast cell has certain granules in it. ये granules हैं containing mediators which are responsible to produce hypersensitivity reaction. So you can see on its surface there are Fc epsilon receptors for binding with that of Fc portion of IgE. तो जैसे ही एंटीजन आएगा, this is the antigen or allergen. तो जैसे ही allergen आया, it causes the cross linking of IgE. Due to its cross linking, degranulation of mast cell takes place. अगर degranulation होगी, then mediators are released to outside, leading to hypersensitivity reactions. So let's talk about the mediator. First we will talk about primary mediators. Primary mediators are those mediators which are synthesized before the process of degranulation. Means degranulation के process से पहले ही synthesize होते हैं and they are stored inside the granules. So among them first जो primary mediator है that is histamine. It is the most important mediator in case of type 1 hypersensitivity. हिस्टामिन जो है इसके 3 इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन है. फर्स्ट इज द कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ स्मूथ मसल्स. इफ कॉन्ट्रैक्शन या अलर्जन जो है इफ इट इज़ इन द रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक इट ब्रिंग्स अबाउट द कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन ऑफ ब्रोंकाई. दैट इज वाई इट इज़ अ ब्रोंकियो constrictor. If bronchi or bronchioles constrict, there will be narrowing of airways. अगर एयरवेज नैरोज हो जाएंगे देयर विल बी डिफ़िकल्टी इन ब्रीदिंग इन एलर्जिक people or hypersensitive people. Next important function that is vasodilation. Vasodilation means there will be dilation of blood vessel. Suppose this is a blood vessel और normally इसका जो diameter है वो इतना है. On induction by histamine it dilates and due to dilation there will be increased blood flow, and due to increased blood flow and also another function that is vascular permeability. So histamine is known to increase the vascular permeability as well. There will be leakage of fluid into the interstitial spaces leading to edema, which is swelling, and urticaria, which is the production of hives. So all these 3 responses, whether it is contraction of smooth muscles, vasodilation, vascular permeability, it leads to inflammation. Of the respective organ. Next important mediator is heparin and serotonin. इनका similar function है as like that of the histamine, but comparatively histamine is much stronger and long lasting. Another one is proteases, for example chymase and tryptase. Chymase and tryptase जो proteases हैं they chop up large proteins, leading to tissue damage, and also proteases help in generation of kinins and complement activation. और दोनों ही कंडीशन में देयर विल बी फर्दर डैमेज टू द टिश्यू. अनदर वन आर द इसिनोफिल कीमोटैक्टिक फैक्टर एंड न्यूट्रोफिल कीमोटैक्टिक फैक्टर. तो जैसे नाम ही इंडिकेट कर रहे हैं इसिनोफिल कीमोटैक्टिक फैक्टर जो है इट अट्रैक्ट्स द इसिनोफिल्स एंड न्यूट्रोफिल कीमोटैक्टिक फैक्टर अट्रैक्ट्स द न्यूट्रोफिल टू द साइट ऑफ द allergen, further causing the damage to the tissue. Next one are the secondary mediators. Secondary mediators are those mediators which are synthesized during the process of degranulation or by the enzymatic breakdown of phospholipids. So ये जो mediators हैं ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ degranulation के समय जो हैं रिलीज़ होते हैं, synthesize होते हैं, and before degranulation ये नहीं बनते हैं. So first important factor is platelet activating factor. This factor brings about aggregation and degranulation of platelets, and this factor is also responsible for the contraction of pulmonary smooth muscles. Next factor is bradykinin. This bradykinin, it increases the vascular permeability mechanism, and also brings about the smooth muscle contraction. Next very important factors are leukotrienes and prostaglandins. These are the derivatives of arachidonic acid. So first let's take up the leukotrienes. Leukotrienes such as leukotriene C4 and leukotriene D4, ये जो है दोनों ही इनका काम जो है उसी तरह का है, सिमिलर जैसे हिस्टामिन का है. इट ऑल्सो ब्रिंग्स अबाउट स्मूथ मसल कॉन्ट्रैक्शन, particularly of pulmonary muscles, vasodilation, and it also increases the vascular permeability. Mechanism I have already discussed. Right? But important point to note down is they are more powerful and long lasting as compared to histamine. इसके अलावा एक और ल्यूकोट्रिन है, that is leukotriene B4, which is a chemotactic factor for eosinophils. और eosinophils जहाँ पे एग्रीगेट होती हैं वहाँ पे they will release enzymes and toxins and resulting into the tissue damage. Next one are the prostaglandins. Prostaglandins जिसमें कि जो सबसे important है that is prostaglandin D2. This factor brings about vasodilation and bronchospasm, which is the bronchoconstriction. ब्रोंक्यूल्स की जो है कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन हो जाती है. अगर ब्रोंक्यूल्स कॉन्स्ट्रिक्ट कर जाएंगे तो वैसे ही जो है एयरवेज नैरो हो जाएंगे एंड देयर विल बी डिफ़िकल्टी इन ब्रीदिंग. Cytokines also play a very important role in hypersensitivity and they are very powerful mediators. Cytokines such as interleukin 1 and tumor necrosis factor alpha, they are also called as pro-inflammatory cytokines. अब ये क्या करते हैं? They bring about accumulation and recruits neutrophils, eosinophils and monocytes. इसके अलावा कुछ और साइटोकाइंस हैं जैसे कि इंटरल्यूकिन 4 एंड इंटरल्यूकिन 13. ये क्या करती हैं? It activates B cell. अगर B cell एक्टिवेट होगा देन जो IgE की प्रोडक्शन है that will be increased. And also they enhances these two cytokines enhances the Th2 cell activity. Certain more cytokines such as interleukin 3, interleukin 5, interleukin 10, interleukin 6, colony stimulating factors such as GM-CSF brings about the growth and differentiation of eosinophils. So these are the primary and secondary mediators. Now let's discuss the mechanism of type 1 hypersensitivity in detail. Hypersensitivity reaction comprises of two phases, that is sensitization phase and effector phase. During sensitization phase, it is the first exposure to antigen, that is primary response, that sensitizes the individual against the antigen. तो इस केस में there will be no symptoms, कोई symptoms नहीं होंगे, and there will be no damage to the tissue. In effector phase, it is the second or subsequent exposure to the antigen causing damage to the host. तो होस्ट के टिश्यू को भी डैमेज हो सकता है या फर्दर एनाफाइलोटॉक्सिन भी हो सकता है, लीडिंग टू death of the individual. So now let's see how the hypersensitivity mechanism works. In hypersensitivity reactions, an antigen or allergen comes in contact with mucous lining, whether of bronchi if allergen is inhaled or of GI tract if allergen is ingested. These mucous linings have abundant antigen presenting cell, for example dendritic cells or macrophages. Here we are taking example of a dendritic cell. These cells readily takes up allergen and then start migrating towards nearby lymph nodes, as lymph node contain abundant T cells and which are the effector cells of type 1 hypersensitivity. During its course, allergen is broken down into peptides which combine with MSC class II molecules to form MSC class II peptide complex to be presented on the surface of dendritic cell for recognition by the naive or inactive T cell. These naive or inactive T cell, under influence of certain cytokines such as interleukin 4, interleukin 5 and interleukin 10, which are already present in the vicinity, differentiates into primed or active Th2 cell. The activated Th2 cell then secretes its own cytokine. It secretes interleukin 4, which stimulates B cell to undergo class switching. That means it starts producing IgE instead of IgM, and IgE is the most important immunoglobulin in case of type 1 hypersensitivity, and the levels are quite high in case of allergic people. Th2 also secrete interleukin 5, which recruit eosinophils. Eosinophils release certain enzyme and toxins to eliminate foreign invaders and also have substantial damage to the host tissue. Interleukin 13 is also secreted by Th2 cells, which increases the mucus production by the epithelium. You can see here. Now in the next step, as IgE antibodies which were produced in the earlier reaction by activation of B cell, these antibodies have capability to bind either to mast cell or basophils, as both mast cell and basophils have receptor for binding with IgE antibodies. Here it is a mast cell and it has Fc epsilon receptor on its surface for binding to IgE antibodies. It also contains granules that have mediators, and these mediators are responsible for hypersensitivity reaction. Now IgE binds to receptor on mast cell by Fc portion. You can see here the binding, and this is the first exposure of antigen called as the sensitization phase. During re-exposure or second exposure to allergen binds to IgE antibodies on mast cell. You can see here antigen is directly binding to IgE antibodies, causing their cross-linking. Due to binding, cross-linking of antibodies takes place, which leads to degranulation of mast cells. See here, due to binding of antigen and cross-linking of these antibodies, the degranulation of mast cell takes place, which releases the mediators. See, mediators are being released. This subsequent exposure of allergen is called as the effector phase. Now, these produce either immediate hypersensitivity or early phase reaction, which occur within 2 to 30 minutes and subsides within an hour, and late phase hypersensitivity, it starts 2 to 24 hours after exposure and remain for days. So in this slide, we will discuss about immediate response and late phase reaction. So during immediate response, as I have already told you that it occurs within 2 to 30 minutes and subsides within an hour. During early phase reaction, primary mediators such as histamine, heparin, serotonin, proteases, and secondary mediators such as leukotrienes and prostaglandins bring out the inflammation. Mild symptoms include allergy, rhinitis, which is the allergic rhinitis, eczema, and hives, and also edema. तो ये इन्फ्लेमेशन जो है प्रोड्यूस हो जाती है ड्यूरिंग द इमीडिएट रिस्पॉन्स, और ये रिस्पॉन्स जो है 1 घंटे के लगभग में सबसाइड हो जाता है. बट ड्यूरिंग लेट फेज रिएक्शन विच इज़ मोर इंटेंस, इन दिस केस जो कीमोकाइंस एंड साइटोकाइंस हैं रिलीज्ड बाय द मास्ट सेल रिजल्ट्स इन द accumulation of eosinophils, right, neutrophils, basophils, and macrophages. मोरोवर जो कीमोटैक्टिक फैक्टर्स हैं रिलीज ड्यूरिंग अर्ली रिएक्शन ऑल्सो अट्रैक्ट बेसोफिल्स, eosinophils, neutrophils, and monocytes to the site where allergen is located. Even then, allergen is long gone. मतलब कि एलर्जन चला भी गया है, काफ़ी समय पहले बॉडी से एलिमिनेट भी हो गया है. इवन देन ये जो कीमोटैक्टिक फैक्टर हैं ये और ज़्यादा बेसोफिल्स को, इसिनोफिल्स को, न्यूट्रोफिल्स को, मैक्रोफेजेस को, मोनोसाइट्स को उस जगह पे लेके आते हैं जहाँ पे अर्लियर जो एलर्जन था वो लोकेटेड था. ड्यू टू दिस देयर विल बी ऑल्सो degranulation of basophils. अब बेसोफिल्स जो हैं जब डीग्रैनुलेट करेंगी तो क्या होगा, देयर विल बी रिलीज ऑफ मीडिएटर्स, कुछ एक मीडिएटर्स रिलीज करेंगी, एंड ऑल्सो रिलीज इंटरल्यूकिन 4 एंड इंटरल्यूकिन 13. ये मीडिएटर्स और इंटरल्यूकिन 4 और 13 क्या करेंगे, दे ब्रिंग मोर ल्यूकोसाइट्स. अब ये जो ल्यूकोसाइट्स हैं दे रिलीज leukotrienes, cytokines and enzymes. अब इतनी सारी चीज़ें जो हैं रिलीज़ हो गई हैं, तो what will happen? There will be damage to tissue. तो टिश्यू जो है वो डैमेज हो जाएगा. नाउ the accumulated eosinophils activates leukotrienes, bring downs platelet activating factor, and also activates more neutrophils and macrophages. तो अगर ये सारे जो हैं साइट पे आ जाएंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? देयर विल बी एनहांस्ड टिश्यू डैमेज. And this phase occurs about 2 to 24 hours after the entry of the allergen and remains for days. And in this reaction or in this type of response, severe symptoms takes place. Severe symptoms जो हैं जिसमें से कि एयरवे constrict कर जाएगा, there will be difficulty in breathing, कार्डियक कोलैप्स हो जाएगा, एंड रिजल्टिंग इन एनाफाइलेक्टिक शॉक विच इज़ फेटल. सो हमने यहाँ मैकेनिज़्म पूरा डिस्कस कर लिया. अर्ली फेज़ क्या है, लेट फेज़ क्या है. नेक्स्ट इज़ द ट्रीटमेंट. Antihistamines are given in localized hypersensitivity. These are antagonists to histamines. So they overcome the effects of histamine. Epinephrine in systemic hypersensitivity. Epinephrine जो है, it has many function. It counteracts effects of histamine as well as leukotrienes. It also relaxes smooth muscle and reduces vascular permeability. Prevents cardiac collapse, and blocks degranulation of mast cells. So epinephrine prevents anaphylactic shock which is fatal. So this was all about type 1 hypersensitivity. I have tried to cover up all the relevant information regarding this topic. Hopefully it was helpful to you. Thank you. Have a nice day.